And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Buenos dias again. Cool. We are back. Here we are. In COTA, Austin, Texas. Yeah. Looking awfully nice tonight here. We have, I mean, you can spot it on the screen already. With beautiful weather and especially we got a Fabian Gaming cameo in the Ferrari coming through. Steel Sneeze is supposed to join in a second, so that would have us at 16 drivers, which is just great Challenger tier attendance. Hoping for similar numbers in Elite, of course. Yeah. Let me open up the Discord so I can get late runners in. I don't know. How are you doing, everybody, now that we have actual race going on? Or rather, actual qualifying. As we did skip that on the rerun race, of course. Let me look at the stats, actually. I'm not even sure whether there is still a championship to be fought in Challenger tier. Oh, Challenger standings. Well, Randro has pretty clearly won. Of course, all of these stats don't really factor in the last race yet. But Randro has won regardless. Glensack should sit pretty clearly in P2. Between Nitro and Martin it could be close, especially with Martin getting the win earlier. They were 10 points apart before the British Grand Prix. And Kurabold, of course, is also still there, able to make up a lot of positions. So yeah, for P4 in the actually P3, because Yeast is not racing again. In the Drivers' Championship, it's still pretty close. And if we look at the constructors, well, Williams has single-handedly won it already. Ferrari is currently 2 points behind Haas, without factoring in British Grand Prix, of course. So that's relatively close for P2. Relatively close for P4, with all of AlphaTauri, Mercedes and McLaren in range. So yeah, still a little bit of the best of the rest positions to fight for, I guess. For now, let's just enjoy this for what it is. We have been with DJ, even though I think he's been overtaken by Martin to be the first one on the hot lap, if I'm not mistaken. It's a McLaren. Okay, no, this McLaren is not on the hot lap. DJ is in fact the first car out. And then that ahead must have been Astral. We will invite people real quick, if they are online, that is. They are online. Crazy. And might get Wes back in as well. Just. Oh no, it was not Wes who got dropped. Oops. Ew. Imposter Martin side. Let's see. Werman. DJ currently sitting on pole then. Martin there just won his first race in 3.5 years. Crazy to have some drivers even here for that long. But yeah, he has been a race winner in Season 6 indeed, as Fabian has put it in the chat. Season 6, Race 11 in Australia, 10th of January 2021. That is crazy. But yeah, on top of the podium yet again in the rerun of the British GP. And to be fair, was looking good in the first instance of the race until he got killed as well, so... yeah, let's see. Flavio was not there last week and thus was not in the rerun neither. But he is here now. Steel Sneeze coming through in the Red Bull. Roman should be coming back in. Okay, Jimsky saying, want to see how you compare to Charlie and controller can do at 32.7. Okay, so that is still a good bit clear of what we have right now, but I mean, Kurabol has not set a lap here. I think he should be the clear favorite for the pole here, especially with Randro not being around. So we'll see what he can cook up. Astral pole position trust. I don't know. Not to flame Astral or something, but like on quali pace, he goes P1. I'm suing for group X. I don't know. Would surprise me at least. I mean, I don't know, if he has grinded, he might be able to. Oh, okay. Don't know how that was not invalid, but he's made it 2P6 here for now. Bit of Solar. Fabian coming in. And just behind Glenside, which is honestly, if this is a decent Glenside lap, not too bad pace. Let's see, Kurobold, the Maestro, is on a track right now, looking for one last win here in Chile. Believe in Astral. I am not sure. I mean, I guess I will believe in Astral. I believed in Leclerc today, so I can believe in Astral. So, Kurobold come through. Last turn. Rather. Not the best exit there, I think he lost it a little bit. But this is looking like a low 33. Oh, is this even a high 32? And there we are. First benchmark of the evening, pace-wise. Let's see, Nitro. Okay, invalid lap for him. Usually he's quite good on race pace as well. Is DJ already on a lap? Okay, it looks like he abandoned his one. Or the game is just not saying me that he is on an out lap, honestly. I'm not entirely sure. Sean seems to be going. Yeah. Up that turn one. Okay, oh dude. Nitro is preemptively saying sorry. For not moving off the racing line for Kurobold. Someone is messaging me on Steam. Who the fuck is messaging me on Steam? Let's see. Phone. Oh, bro, where do I even see shit on the phone? Friends. Okay, that is not helping. Oh well. Can't be that important, right? Surely. Well, in the meantime, Sean has made it through the majority of the track. Now only having the last two corners to go, and that is validation. Easy as that. Oh, that was almost a DNF as well. Let's see what Wes can cook instead. 13 for now, as he has not set a time. Purple sector 2, if that is true, that could be big, but he should be on the upper end of the field pace-wise. Mercedes are sitting in a very good spot right now for them, I think. To be honest, like they're a little bit of a mystery box, really. Like sometimes I feel like they drive around the P10 margins and then they randomly pop out and be like 4-5 or something. So yeah, dude. Okay, you can take this last turn so deep. This was like way off track by Wes there, and he makes it through. I think EJ just improved ever so slightly. Okay, this no idea how this was not invalid as well. But then still going and still going quick. What's Martin doing right now? Ooh, purple sector 2. 0.2 improvement. Okay, yeah, no, that can't be true, right? Either he drove a horrendous sector 1 or that sector 2 was not purple. It is criminal. Then, okay, cutting that a little bit, but I think that is intended. About 2/10 up here. Ooh, Martin with an improvement at least for front row, but still half a second down to Kurabold. So, let's see. What can Den cook? He can cook almost the exact same time than his teammate, honestly. Yeah, that's unlucky, I guess. Top 4, or at least 2 to 4, relatively close together there, within the 10th all. Let's see, I expect an improvement from Glansak as well. He's 0.1 up here. There's more to be done, really. So let's see what the delta looks like after sector 2. Oh, 0.3. Getting better. Is still far from enough, honestly. Steel Sneeze come through with a 33.9. Honestly, also a name that I haven't quite a while. So I'm not really sure what his pace is supposed to be. But on P5, I think he's not going to be too unhappy with that. Let's see what Glenn can do here. Yeah, 0.9. Just behind Steel Sneeze. Daddy is out on track. It's already down after sector 1. Let's see Fabian. Let's give Fabian some screen. Okay, let's not give him some screen time. He's just done with his lap. Who else? Nitro? Yeah, okay. In that, dude. Need to stop watching people. Sean is cooking potentially. Wait, let's see what Astral is cooking. I was promised pole position. Last few turns, and behind him is, I think, Steel Sneeze, who I'm not sure if he is on a hot lap or if he's coming in. I think he should be coming in. Yeah. Almost far. Okay. A little bit of a Red Bull jump scare there. And Astral improves ever so slightly, but not enough to net him a position. So let's go back to Sean here. He, of course, doesn't have a delta, but that was a quite hefty miss of the apex there. So, purple sector 2 as usual. I think every single lap I've spectated so far was purple sector 2. Oh, and that's a spin. That is not going to be too good. Kurabold with another 0.2 improvement over the first sector alone. So let's see what else he has in the tank throughout the rest of the track. Still 0.2 difference, not much changing in that middle sector. But honestly, middle sector is really just the exit of the technical part and 2 hard braking zones, so I'm not sure where you can gain or lose a lot there. This last one, a lot more technical again, so I think this was slightly better than his previous attempt. And he lost time overall, but still improved in the end. So DJ is a 10th up. This is what he would need for P2. Martin currently, yes, pretty much the order of the rerun. Wenzelk, I think, was a little bit further up there. Wes was way further up, honestly. Down in P12. It's not really where I expected him to be. Maybe he still has a good lap in him. Purple sector 2, the usual. Now, last sector needs to be good. Taking it very inside here. Now, this is important to take a lot of speed out of, not run too wide. This is way better than Kurabold's iteration of that turn in the previous lap. Makes this a little bit more tight, and that's a huge improvement. Not quite enough to catch Kurabold, but it should put him in a good position here against his direct rivals, as they have quite a lot of work to do, work ahead of him to go ahead there. So who is running right now? Is Flavio on a hot lap? Honestly, the ERS looks like he might be. Yeah. Not sure what his delta was, I did not quite see that. But this was a very nice turn there though. It's not that easy to aim that really properly. And here we can cut easy on the in and outside, and that is a huge improvement for Flavio. Putting him more where I think he should be as well. He is definitely capable to drive these like best of the rest times. And right now he is a good bit behind both of the Mercedes, which is surprising. And Martin and Kurabold, of course. But still sitting in P5 right now. Wes is in the pits. There's another driver who I would have thought was gonna improve still. But I don't think he's gonna make it. 50 seconds left. Can just retire, honestly. This is not enough for him to get a lap going. A couple of other guys on outlaps. Let's see. Nitro. Yeah, Nitro is... yeah, is actually on a hot lap. Another purple sector 2. Cool. And Nitro I would also see around like the P5-6 area. Especially now that he only gets 1 lap, he probably drove a little bit more cautious. Yeah, that is a huge release there. I think that he wouldn't have done... he could have just full pushed. Takes this very tight as well. He wants to get the time on the board, and it's enough for P8 in the end. Yes, not getting into the 33s. Where, yeah, quite a bunch of people are very close together, fighting for potential position here. Martin invalidated his lap, last attempt for him. And now let's see if Den is currently up. If so, we're gonna stick with him for a while. Sector 2 line is approaching shortly. He does not need much here for a position gain. I guess it's hard to catch DJ. Oh, okay, never mind. He is cooking. He is seriously cooking. This could be good. 0.6 up. Might be the lap of a lifetime here for him. If he can keep this up, I think he's going to be P1 for now. With the delta he has had. Now he only needs a good last sector here. Good few last turns. I think Kurabold's turns weren't super great. And Dan could actually get himself a maiden pole here. Let's see. 32.7. Very nicely done by the Mercedes driver. DJ here down on his time. Martin invalidated. This is going to be hard to be contested. Nitro on an in-lap. Daddy is coming through, but he is far down from pole. And gets an improvement, gets at least one more position against Nitro. And the last one running, really, are Nitro and Sean. And they both won't change anything. Yeah. What the fuck is a kilometer? Yeah, Dan and DJ, of course, are American, so home soil for them, and Dan getting that pole position on his home turf. Yeah, really banging lap there coming through. And yeah, congrats. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Could be slandering them there, but I think he doesn't have more than like 2 or 3 podiums, I guess. So taking pole here against Grubold, and Steel Sneeze here improving big time as well to 33 flat. Did not even see that. And I think DJ passed Martin as well in the very end there. There are a lot of positional changes in the end. So yeah, the Mercedes looking real good. Well, that's the worst quali session of my life, Nitro saying. Yeah, Den out of nowhere. Is that Den with a steel chair? But yeah, Mercedes on top in Austin. Who would have seen this coming? I certainly did not have that on my list for today. But congrats, really, to Den here for taking pole position. Grubold, though, is going to be tough opposition here into turn 1, right next to him. Steel Sneeze there. A little bit of a mystery box. We haven't seen him race in a little while. DJ coming through in P4 here. Martin 5th, followed by Flavio, and then the Haas pack of Glenn and Daddy. Nitro only P9 there. Monsieur Genier denying Fabian the top 10 return. And then, well, the 2 Ferraris, the 2 Scots. And further down, honestly, I can't quite remember. Down there, I think they didn't get a good lap in at all. By the way, Dan's lap was 1.5 quicker than the last session. Yeah, a season, okay. I mean, he must have cooked there. It's a crazy good lap if Jimsky can drive this, even if on controller. And yeah, he has out-qualified Grubold after all, who has been crazy fast on some tracks as well. Yeah. I mean, maybe not lap of a lifetime, but definitely quite a banger that he's put there. Yeah, curious to see how the race plays out then, because Dan was not really playing a role in any fight for the win yet, because he's usually starting in the P6 to P8 area, maybe. Fine. And at that point, the top runners are already away usually. But we're gonna see it here. Of course, formation lap, a little bit of a breather again. And then let us see. We have medium as the meta stretch. Flavio on the softs, Monsieur Genier on the softs, and then Astral and Sean further down on the softs. Yeah, Sean and Wes, I think I'd expected to be a little bit further up as well. Especially Wes, who has been... was he on the podium in the end? I can't remember the outcome after time penalties, but I think he was 3rd. So... yeah. Quite the contrast here, being all the way down the grid. And of course, gonna enjoy that. Running number 12 as well, that I would run. And I don't know, man. I'm excited for this one. This is a wild combo. Steel Sneeze in there, who hasn't been racing for a while. and is apparently having good pace around here. Martin not too far back. Nitro is going to have to fight through the field a little bit, just as Glensalk as well. Both of them, I think, I'd expect it to be a little bit further up. Fabian is right in the midfield, I would say where he's most comfortable. But that would be a lie. But yeah, he has like a couple of known faces around him, apart from Wurman really. Like, but he has been racing with Genier, Solar and Astral, I think a decent amount. I don't know, man. 16 drivers just hype. Very, very cool. 20 laps is what we're in for 35%. That means... Bro, I don't... It is 28 or 29 for Elite. If I'm mathing correctly. Well, regardless. It is then not parking correctly. Too eager to go. He would have just continued driving. But the grid lining up behind him, actually like pretty in sync, I think. Like everybody is arriving at their spots like sort of at the same time. A big parking job by Kurobolt. Let's see. Lights are going on. And out they go. There we are. Good start, I think, by Den, if I saw that correctly. Kurobolt, they're not being able to go side by side at all. And that is the first big task done for Den here. As he stays ahead, Steel Sneeze not sending a move neither. Further down, Wurman, big loser of the start, I think, lost 4 positions here. Daddy as well is down from P9 to P15. Glensalk has gained 1, I think. And is gaining another on Flavio right now. Whoops, that is... Oh my god, that is Flavio gone. I'm not sure if this was like a ghost touch or so. I think the final contact there was no contact. But yeah, that is a spin. Very unfortunate for Flavio here. Gonna have to make a recovery drive. Strategy, soft medium or medium hard. Not sure what is better here. And I think like generally top 5 gotten away just as they started. And not too many changes otherwise. Sean currently battling Fabian here. Oh my god, okay, yeah, going for a very ambitious switchback there. Trying to cut behind Fabian. Oh, Astral going up the inside. Slight contact there, but it's very tight to go side by side through that turn anyways. I think that turned out about as well as it could have. And yeah, generally very close between everybody still. It's the only gap that's really forming is behind between Fabian and Monsieur Genier, and Glenn is dropping behind Martin a little bit. Oh my, yeah, okay. Kurobolt just goes through. I'm not sure if Den just slept on the braking zone. But that just kind of looked like he forgot he was gonna go left and waited so long on the entry. Just left the door far open for Kurobolt. Maybe it's a tactical move as well. He's maybe aware that he can't quite match the pace and rather instead of like at some point getting rear-ended and crashed out. That's a Kurobolt go already. But yeah, I'm not sure if that is a smart move, if that is the case. Monsieur Genier is one of the few with tire advantages right now. Oh, Sean also on Fabian here. I wonder if there might be an overtake coming. Yep, it looks that way. And that is him through easily. Now Fabian has Astral to worry about, also on the softs. Is gonna make some pressure here behind him. Let's just, oops. Jump on Astral real quick. Let's see how he does it. Around the outside here maybe, but not sure whether that's worth it. Either into turn 1 here without DRS even could be possible, depending on the exit that Astral's getting. Otherwise, you just wait for the DRS zone on the back straight. Oh, Astral running deep there. Might be coming under attack there for Wurman for that. Yeah, thank you, camera perspective. There we are, Wurman. Down the inside here, and that is a nicely executed move. I saw some positional changes here between Monsieur Genier and Glensilk and Nitro. I'm not sure what happened there. The gap between Glensilk and Martin has gotten bigger, that's for sure. Thorobold is sort of running away in front there. Oh, this is so close. Then was briefly within the DRS window, but I think... Oh yeah, he actually got it. That is clutch. Gonna give him half a second on this straight. For free! So yeah, big... arm diff there. Let's see, Glensilk. Onto Nitro. Just taking this very nice and easy. Not much to do for the AlphaTauri driver to drive back. Don't really have... Okay, never mind. I was about to say you don't really have the speed up the inside. Because you have to turn so tight. But apparently Nitro's able to make it stick. If only we had a good camera angle for this. Yeah. In the end, Nitro stays ahead. And Glenn stays very close behind. DRS is coming up, and so is Monsieur Genier. He's almost pushing Glenn forwards. Onboard exists, yeah, I guess. I could have swapped to onboard, but I feel like seeing that from above would have been way cooler. Anyways, I was just coping. Want to see some onboard? Then let's go on Steel Sneezes onboard. He looks like he's overtaking Den any second. Has not happened yet, but the top 4 are certainly getting away from Nitro a little bit. Hey, top 5 even. Martin is in there too. Nitro even getting the first corner cut penalty. Flavio retiring in the pits, just not in it anymore. And Solar picking himself up his 3rd corner cut as well. Steel Sneeze going up into P2. Yeah, I think at the point where Dan lost DRS, it was hopeless for the Mercedes to defend that. And let's jump on board with Nitro again. I feel like we might get a repeat of the previous lap here. Certainly trying to go side by side. It's interesting to see the altering lines here between Glenn and Nitro. It looks like Nitro's gonna have the upper hand around the outside here, but he's running super deep. Car's heavy, of course. On some compounds and race estates, it can be quite hard to take this long right-hander full speed. You miss the turn in a tiny bit, you get carried far to the outside. It looked like Nitro was just not perfectly on time. However, Glenn already blinking. Oh my god, and there is a spin by Nitro. Honestly, like, it looks pretty dark here. I'm not sure if this is Cope again, but was there a chance of rain? What happened to Flavio? I think he spun in lap 1. Not sure, I think there might have been contact because he went pitting. Oh, actually no, he retired in the pits. And yeah, pretty much he just drove into the pits and retired there. So yeah. Presumably what happened to him was just contact, him being 4 seconds down the end of the field, and then not really being in it for the long run anymore. Fabian here, getting past Wes, or is he? Side by side they are still, and side by side is Sean and Monsieur Genier. And Wes is ahead in the end. Really close between these guys. There's a big pile up behind Sean. Everybody here is like within half a second of each other. Just a huge DRS strain, and there is Monsieur Genier spinning out. Oh, and there's contact between Wes and Nitro, I think it was. pushing them off track there. And oh, Wurman running wide there too. I think like this is the and Fabian. Oh no, Fabian Gaming pushed off track here, as it seems, lost 3 or 4 positions as well. See further up. And Wes, I think, just got past Nitro. Nitro under some heavy pressure by Wurman. So these guys are still having a fair fight. Honestly, Kurabold's not getting away neither. All of them can follow. Oh, and there is a DNF. It seems like Genier has lost it. Probably the tire is still dirty. And then he has found a wall, which can happen very well as well. And thus we have a safety car here, which might... I'm not sure who it benefits, honestly. I think everybody can just go for the hearts here. It's tough for the Mercs, I guess, because they have to double stack. But then again, DJ is gonna lose a position to Martin, and then Glenn is like 7 seconds behind. So they're only gonna lose 1 position here. It's not too bad. Astral getting more penalties. Yeah, he's collecting them. To be fair though, like I'm not sure, is Astral driving wheel or controller? Do you know that? Well, because as a controller player, like it's impossible for me to navigate Sector 1 without getting a corner cut every other lap. The curbs are so flat, you have to cut so much. My DJ with the drive-through for speeding on the safety car. At least he's not gonna hold his teammate off as well. Pain. That's his race pretty much over. Hearts or Yieldsneeze and Kurabold going for softs as Martin as well. This makes me almost suspect like there's coming rain at some point. And Steel Sneeze and Den are kind of gambling for it to stay dry and to go to the end, and Kurabold and Martin are just hoping the rain comes soon, so they have the tire advantage for it, and if everybody has to pit regardless, they are not losing out because of their tire choice there. Sector 1 is something on controller, yeah. Okay, Astral is a wheel, okay, fair. Honestly, like, yeah, I don't know. I respect corner cutting either way. Like, maybe this is the Trackmania player talking out of me. But if you can't make the turn full speeds, the mapper should have probably built it differently, right? Yeah, you get a new wheel. I've read you have killed yours, or it has killed itself, however. And you will be getting a new one. But, yeah. Unfortunately, must be racing on a controller tonight. Which is a minor pain, I assume, for a wheel driver. Honestly, I think y'all should do no rules, no damage, everybody full sended. Honestly, like, you think it's fun, but it gets pretty boring pretty quickly. From my experience, as we have, I think, done this 3 or 4 times over the last few years. It was really just at some point, like, if there's no stakes, your actions are not particularly interesting neither. It killed itself. The misery. Surely. Saw one obnoxious, atrocious WRC stage and was like, nah man, I don't want to do this anymore. I flip one more time. I'm gonna fucking die. Then it did. We have a pitter, and that is Nitro. I wonder how. I wonder why. What is he doing? Mediums. Okay. Yeah, I guess, like, I see the confidence. He thinks he can just drive through all the hard runners. I guess it's worth it for him. At least you got a reason to upgrade it. Yeah, fair. Unfortunate timing. Like, aren't you going out for military like soon anyways? This is like you're gonna have like 3 or 4 races on this thing and then just leave it laying around for half a year or 3/4, or I don't know how long your military service is. I mean, not saying that like this could prevent, and yeah, I would still get it at some point. Yeah, I was about to say it's just getting a new toy and then can't use it. The kind of a misery. Safety car is gonna come in now. I think it should be announcing it in about 2 seconds. There we are. Yeah, this is honestly one of the easiest tracks to restart because the way until you actually have to go is so long. There's so much room. You have so much time to let the safety car go, and thus you have more options to say when you want to go. And at this point, I think Curabolt could have been a good bit slower by the start of this. Still not really giving the safety car much room, because I think you can theoretically initiate the restart as early as in the long right-hander if you slow them down correctly. But yeah. Presumably it's just gonna be out of the last turn. Oh, no, it's going now. It's actually a pretty good restart, I think. Caught Steel Sneeze off guard a little bit. Almost a second between the two already. I mean, Curabolt is expected to be running away right now anyways. Honestly, I'm not sure if the soft tire is just an actual gamble to go to the end. It's only 11 laps, like, surely it's not great, but surely it's doable, question mark? That he spun around. Not a great day for him, really. He's been shafted in the rerun of last week already. Now we're running in last as well. Still got a month and like 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna open up the opportunity to at least partake in some of the silly stuff we may or may not be doing after this season. Martin on softs as well, so he is attacking 4P1 here. Oh my god! That was honestly, I wouldn't say atrocious defense there by DJ, but was certainly Mazepin defense there. It looked like he almost killed Glenn. Reactive move, if you will. So Martin is still stuck behind Den here. I think for him it's really just yeah, an urgent matter to go past ASAP. Then, oh no, DJ probably, yeah, serving his drive-through right now. Then getting a corner cut penalty. I'm really curious how much we are gonna see. It's already half the grid almost having some penalties. I think Genier had some before he retired as well. Yeah, it is still half the race to go, so surely at some point most of the grid is gonna have that little black and white flag next to their name. Let's see. Martin will get the opportunity to overtake here. Gotten a okay-ish exit, honestly. It's not great, really. Not having DRS yet. I think that's gonna get activated next lap. And Dan, of course, has the slipstream as well. So far, the soft gamble Not really working out for Martin. Really wondering if there's rain or if it's just like because they think softs can make it to the end. I don't know, it's like Fanta. Oh, Jimsky's in the chat. Do these things hold on for 13 laps on 35%? I mean, for you for sure, I guess. Like, you have like half the tire wear that I have. DRS enabled. Martin is already super close to Den. It looks like he's just gonna take the place into turn 1. Then again, he's so late on this turn-in. I don't know if it's just a special line he has, but he's going so far around the outside. You don't know tires around here. Yeah, pain. SMH. No reliable infos for me. Bad. Martin now. Trying to get within the DRS window here, and I think he succeeded. Solar getting his second, maybe even third corner cut time penalty. Second for sure. Under attack by Fabian soon here. See. Don't think we're gonna see a move here. Nice to see a little bit of a scene change anyways. Wes and Glenzalk currently battling, but Fabian here makes short work of Solar. Up the inside here, better position for him. And I think he should be able to, yeah, keep his car ahead without too much trouble. So West, really horrible quali, but he is here. E5, not too bad. Even though I think, right, is he gaining on Den? I'm not entirely sure. There is quite a gap. Not entirely sure why that has happened. Martin, in the meantime, getting past Steel Sneeze. Yeah, and that is him through to P2. Kurabold already so far gone. It's been, yeah, huge for the leader here. Soft tire advantage early on. He's really using it to the max. And yeah, there we have it. 1.5 seconds he drove out in the last, must have been lap 8 the restart, so 4 laps, about a second quicker per lap. Yeah. So oh, I think Martin may have just had a slight ghosted through. Looked like his car froze, like the Kurtzebuk a little bit. Not sure if I saw the delta going lower and lower. Glenn, in the meantime, going past Wes again. These two changing positions every other lap as well. A little bit of a yeah, slide on the corner exit there by Wes. Might be hard for him to overtake now. In fact, it is actually impossible because of the exit speed that he was lacking there. TJ has now made it back to Daddy after his drive-through penalty. He's all the way on the back of the grid here, just overtook the first on his way to points. Fabian and Solar still running together, this time Solar ahead again. And Astral getting himself another time penalty. Not sure if this is his second or his third. Oh, let's get up to Wes and Glenn this time in time, as they might be heading through the middle sector side by side once more. I think Wes is in the clear here. Changing the position with DRS every other lap. On. It looks like he's putting some pressure on Wirman. Oh, there's slight contact even on the rear end. Has to care to not be over eager. Can be the end for your end plate very, very quickly. And he is starving on ERS here. Astral and Nitro, of course, will see the lamp blinking as well. And they're gonna be happy about that, as they intend to get past at some point. But with everyone having DRS here, it's not that easy. Fabian and Solar going side by side into turn 1, and now Fabian ahead for sector 1. Looked like he was coming from the inside there. Solar running deep this one, but I guess like some people just take these deeper to go a bit faster, risk corner cutting a little bit less. And it seems like Steel Sneeze is on pace with both Kurobold and Martin. Oh. On. Burman is right behind him there, it's just been overtaken. Behind that, Astral and Nitro are, yeah, having a friendly debate of who is P9. Nitro will get better exit speed here. He's trying to get another run air on the outside, but it didn't work out for him earlier. Neither does it here, unless... Oh, that is an interesting move there. Pretty much the switchback in the quick turn. And still side by side here around the outside he goes. I think Astral's gonna have that one in the end, because he's... No, actually Nitro's still having DRS. Ooh, and Astral. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Okay, that was an interesting battle though. Honestly, like both of their lines into turn 1 were a little bit crazy. I was in fear that either of them is gonna crash into the other. They've made it work. They've made it work at cost of 2.5 seconds that they are now behind Wirman. But I mean, for the fans, it's great. Kurobold running away from Withers so far, but softs versus hards though. I mean, I guess, right? Like, you would expect him... Actually, he was 4.5 seconds ahead. He's starting to lose, just as you say this. I think we are at the point, or we are just at the point, where the hards overtake the softs. Martin has lost the position as well. And it's just a matter of time whether Glanselk and Wes are gonna get Martin on his softs. And yeah, Kurobold, as you said, ran away a little bit, but I think now the time has come for him to really manage his tires, make sure he comes to the end on these, because it might be tough for him to get all the way through. Oh. Side by side go Glenn and Wes, as they have done so often in this race already. Honestly, Kota, really like an underrated track for me, personally. I'm always like, oh, Kota is so mid, but you can take so much of this side by side by the end of the, the entire Sector 3, pretty much. You can just, like, play mind games, go back and forth, whether you want to take the inside line, take, like, extra speed through the turns. I'm not sure, I think this is Tilka as well, so, yeah. For once, Little Bro has cooked. Unboring Tilkadrome, for once. Roman and Sean. Let's see. Side by side. And into 7 goes the Ferrari. Fabian. Not sure if the mediums are going into the knees already as well. Sure seems like Astral has dropped down behind Nitro quite a bit. I'm not sure if he made a mistake or so. Virginia saying, gonna have to put my dog down. He ran over my USB cord and pulled my Xbox off the TV stand. Okay, yeah, so that's why Genier has found the wall. His dog just sabotaged his car. Just ran on track, bit into the tire, and the car went wall. As right here, DJ has arrived at Fabian and Astral. Is trying to take them both at the same time. I think, yeah, late lockup there helps him to not crash into Astral. Just past Fabian for now. Oh, Wes and Glenn swap positions here. Seems like Wes has ran a little bit deep there, given Glenn the opportunity to strike back and go through. And I mean, all of this is helping Martin, right? Like, he's not gaining or losing anything on the top guys, but he is gaining on Glenn and Wes because they are swapping back and forth permanently. Same with Berman and Sean. I mean, all this racing, of course, great show for us, but it's not good for these guys' paces. For the races of them. They can't really catch up. The guys further up, and well, as I said 3 laps ago, Kurobold has lost half a second in the previous lap. He has managed to maintain his lead pretty much on exactly 4 seconds for 3 laps now. So whatever he did in that 1 lap might have just been a mistake. And the softs are maybe not actually that bad yet. Martin could be attacking Den here, who has only gotten into the second window after the detection point. Not going through here. Wes instead probably going to swap positions with Glenn once more. Let's go for the outside line. A lot of exit speeds here. But there's no move just yet, again. I mean, especially in sector 1, I think it's just losing you guys time. Go side by side, you have to take these turns so much more wide. Wes almost rear-ending Glenn there, and the move is inevitable. Not even using ERS here, these guys just know they're gonna swap positions on the long straight every single lap. Wes here around the outside. Actually, Glenn with quite the dive to stay ahead there, kind of closing the door on Wes. Going very dark in the clouds there, but I don't see raindrops yet, and I think at this point, too late anyways. Really just a gamble whether the softs are gonna be good enough for long enough. That Kurobold and Martin went there. And so far it seems to be working out. Looking forward to my race. Next. Wait to be top 1 pace on control. Oh, controller is just a wheel that looks weird, right? What they say. Wirman going past Sean here. I think, oh, Nitro wants to go through as well. His gamble with the mediums, I think, sort of paid off. Now in a similar position I think he was beforehand. Probably had a little bit more fun in going everyone again and trying to get his position back after his pit stop. Oh. A little bit of contact here, and I think I saw a small part flying there. Presumably from Sean's front wing. See what Nitro can do. Glenn, in the meantime, I think has gotten ahead of Wes again. And that is a Easy pass for Nitro. Further up, Martin is still being chilling behind Den, and Kurabold has lost a quite sizable amount of time, honestly. 1.5 seconds, I think, in the last lap. But given that we are in the very last lap right now, he's still 2.5 seconds ahead, unless he's catching a flat spot now. Don't think he's gonna be able to be reached by Steel Sneeze at this point. Might have just been a mistake by Kurabold. He does have to be very careful now about corner cut penalties. Oh, and as I say it, Martin gets one. He would have had P3. He just stayed behind and stayed on track there, but he's gotten himself a penalty as well. Now behind Den on track and on penalties. Kurabold is leading time, but it's gonna be too little too late, I think. He's not gonna reach him. Realistically, the upcoming left-hander here is the last overtaking spot that is possible, unless Kurabold gets a flat spot, of course. But yeah, he is losing so much time on the exit there. He lost 0.5, I think, already. Almost on that one exit. Oh my god, and there has been contact. After racing so well together there, Glenn and Wes have been coming together in the last lap, losing themselves so many positions there. And in the meantime, I think Kurabold is gonna, save his car over the finish line ahead of Steel Sneeze, Den and Martin. Followed by Nitro actually coming home in P5 here on track. Oh, and maybe even after penalties, as Wirroman has picked himself one up in the very last few turns. Oh, Nitro had 2 though, so yeah. Oh, DJ with no penalties coming through, gaining a bunch of positions as well for a nice recovery for P5 after his drive-through. Made it unnecessarily hard for himself, but almost ended up exactly where he left. Fabian getting himself some points there, P9 for him. Kurabold saying my tires went to 80%, you could definitely see it in the last lap, they were on their last legs. And I mean, there's an iconic moment where I think, or I don't know if it was Martin or Ginger Ninja, his teammate from back then, spun in the very last lap of the very last turn, when I think they would have had their maiden win or podium or something. Lost it because of that. I was kind of anxious this was going to happen again. Kurabold kept it clean to the end. Steel Sneeze, honestly, mega recovery in the end, almost catching him. I think one more lap would have been enough. But in the end, perfectly managed race by Kurabold. Den converting his pole position into a P3. I think he's going to be quite happy with that one as well. And I think even DJ, after his drive-through, he was probably quite mad about that, about himself. But coming in P5, good effort as well. Alright. Let us look at the classification, if the game allows us to, before we get kicked out into the again. Yeah, I am. Mic cutting out, I'm sorry. I'll throat it a little bit more. Yeah, okay. I think we're just here to wait. Oh, there we go. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you saw the results, right? Yeah. It's been a pleasure. I already forgot who was P4. I'm very sorry. I would have said the WP4 to you, but might have been Roman. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, good efforts. I gotta go, I guess, because we are like. It's 10 past. Did we start so late, or is this just a very long track? regardless, given that we want to be live with Elite in about like 5 minutes or so, or 10-ish, yeah, we're gonna go break. I'm rambling regardless, so yeah, see you in a bit. Martin was before. Hey, my boy. Congrats.